Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, no matter where you're at in the world. Thank you for joining me today. Today we're gonna talk. We're gonna cover a few topics today, kind of like what I said at the end of the last presentation. So I wanted to kind of just cover a few things. So we're gonna start out with some more advanced topics about Facebook pages, and then we're gonna move into a little bit about some SEO, and then how not to get your account shut down, how to back up your all your ad accounts and all your pages, pixels, all that kind of stuff. So if you can hear me and see my screen, go ahead and put a number 1 into the comments right now, just so I know. Perfect. Okay, cool. So what I want to do is we're going to jump into Facebook pages real quick. And I know we've made a few pages so far, and I try to keep it as simple as possible when I'm first creating a page, because you don't know, you may make a bunch of pages and not for different products, and some pages may not do well, some pages may do well. So it's better to I like to call it micro testing, but don't invest hours of your time into making the perfect Facebook page when you may just end up making another one. There's no limit to how many pages you can make. I think like 10 in a day, but I have lots of pages, as you can see. So I have them for each different niche. So like on drop shipping products, I'd make a different page for each niche. If you have like a bigger company that you may invest more time, like a higher ticket item, you could still make multiple pages for your niche depending on what segment you want to target. Like if you were, let's say you ran like a franchise, like let's say you ran like a I don't know if McDonald's is the best one because there's so many of them, but let's say you operated like a franchise where you had multiple locations in different states, like a little like sandwich shop. Well, you would probably want a different Facebook page for each one of your franchises, each different location, and have a different page for each one. You could have like for Toyota store. I worked at Toyota. Each Toyota store has their own Facebook page. Toyota may have their own page for their corporate Toyota stuff. But for each franchise, each dealership's going to have their own Facebook page as well, with their address for each page. And so if you have, you can always make as many pages as you want. There's no limit. So sometimes it's a good idea to make multiple ones, but some of them may not do as well. So you don't need to spend hours on a Facebook page. You only need to spend just the cover photo, the profile picture, and the name of the page with like a shop now button. But the name of the page and the image are going to be the profile picture are the two most important things, because um, when you launch a post, when you see a post launch, when you see this post right here, like this is just updated their profile picture, but let's say this is a post right here. We'll just make a post. It's easy. I didn't even add a button to this. That's how unimportant it is. So, um, I love wine. Grab my product. So let's say this is a post right here that you did. Well, the thing that they see, they're going to see your profile picture to your page. They're going to see the name of your page, and then they're going to see your post, which is hopefully an ad at this point with either an image or a picture. So really the only two things that matter, the main things that matter on your Facebook page, are your name and your profile picture, because very, very few people are actually going to click on your page from the ad. The main thing that we want when they look at our ad is to go buy our product. Now, some of those people are going to hit the little thumbs up button right here on your post that shows up when it's on their page, but and to like your page. But most people don't go click on your page. Most people are just going to click on the link on your post. So, but once you start getting a few thousand followers, it's a good idea to have a button on your page, which I show you how to do. And you can choose whatever button you want. Typically, you're going to do a shop now button for a drop shipping product. If you have like a product where you run a webinar to it, and you run a webinar, get people on your webinar, and then you sell them on the webinar because maybe it's more of a high ticket and you need to talk to them and prove that your product is good. I would do like learn more, and then I would send them to an opt-in page, kind of like something like this, where they opt in for more, for like a coupon or for a webinar, and then you hit them on the back end in email marketing with more. You may need multiple touches with a product. It may not be like a $20 drop shipping product. You can get them to impulse buy your product just by showing them an ad. It only takes one touch. But if you're selling $1,000 product or service, you may need to touch your customer multiple times and build that value that you're a legitimate business in order to make money to sell them your product. Because it's not, people aren't just going to spend $1,000 on impulse most of the time. Maybe eventually during your webinar they will, but during a just for a Facebook post, they're not just going to fork out $1,000 for your Facebook page that they've never heard of before. You need to build more value with them. So so yeah, you want the product picture. Product picture is going to be the profile picture is going to be the most important, because they're only going to see the cover photo when they come to your page. So the most important part is the profile picture. And then you can add a button there for like a shop now. Another thing good to have is the instant replies. So when you set up your Facebook page, you'll get a little, let's go back here and I'll show you another page that I have. We'll just click on this. This was something I was doing for a while, so let's see how this one's doing. So this one, so you can see 0 response. So this one isn't very good. I don't think I've got much messages on this page. It didn't work out very well. So that you have this badge right here, and what you want is you want 100% response rate, and then there's a little there's a badge that you can get. They call it a badge, and it's a little green icon right there that'll say replies like instantly or something. Like, let me see if I have it on a different page. I haven't messed with any of my own pages for a long time now. This one might work. So, okay, so yeah, this one's too long too, but you see how it says 98 response rate? 98 still good, but it says respond faster to turn on the badge. So when you're able to respond to your customers in a daily on a daily time frame, even if it's not every minute, you can get a green badge that says instantly replies, which looks really good to your customers because it looks like your legitimate business. I don't really this was a Shopify store that I used to run. I don't run it anymore, so I don't have that good of a response time. But what I would do when I was running my Shopify stores, I had a customer service agent. I actually had 2 of them that worked at different times throughout the day, and they would just go through every single one. I gave them access to all my different Facebook pages, and then they would just literally go through the different Facebook pages and respond to all the comments and messages that would come in, and they would respond to them in a timely manner, so I would get that instant response time. And sometimes you're not able to, maybe you only have one customer service agent, or maybe it's just you, and so you're not able to respond, you're not able to do everything at once. So there's a couple things that you can do to increase your response time and increase the amount of time that you have throughout the day, so that you can just do this once or twice a day. So prompt visitors to send message. So there's a response assistant right here in your page. So we went back. Well, let's just go back to the page to show. Now, when you set up a new page, it'll be right here on turn on instant replies. If you go to settings, you can also get to it in here, I believe. Yep. So you just click on messaging on the side in the settings tab, and you can set up a response assistant. So instantly responds to new conversations, and then you can change it to say whatever you want. So you can put in their name. Hi, thanks for messaging us. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. You could say something like, oops. Add personalization. Facebook URL. So you could put to send them to like a specific page or like a URL, but there is something, add person's first name. So you could send something like that to all your customers, and then that way you can kind of send them to your store while they're waiting, and it shows that, hey, we're here, we're listening, but just give us a few minutes and we'll get back to you. And you can add personalizations in there, their full name, their last name. That way it automatically, whoever your customer is, it'll give them a little bit of personalization. It doesn't really matter too much, but it's good to have that in there. And then you can send them to your store while they wait, and you're letting them know that you're going to get back to them. But because sometimes if especially if you have a worldwide store, people may message you at 2 a.m. or odd hours of the day. So you just want to make sure that you can get that badge, because it is important once you start getting hundreds of followers, thousands of followers, or tens of thousands of followers. But everything's incremental. You don't hire 100 employees when you first open your store. So it's kind of like this is the same thing. I like to when you open up a page, you may not need this right away, but once you start getting more messages and you're actually doing your ads the correct way, then this is important. But first, you got to launch an ad to get traffic. So it's always important to just get that ad launched. That's the most important thing, because without launching ads, nothing else is going on. So I always like to get the ads out first, and then once the ads start performing well, then start doing this other stuff in your store to make it better. But until you have traffic, you can have the prettiest store in the world, but if you don't have anyone coming into it, it doesn't really matter. So I'm all about taking action and getting those ads launched. And then once you have the ads launched and they're doing well, because maybe this store just didn't do well, or this market segment didn't do well, or this niche didn't do well. Maybe you're opening up a dog category on your drop shipping store for pets, but maybe it's not everything you do is going to work out. So I don't like to spend too much time on one thing until I can see some traffic coming to it, and then I'll invest more time into my store once I have that done. But I'm not going to pay somebody $1,000 to come up with a great ClickFunnels for me if I can't even run traffic to the ClickFunnels. If I can run traffic to the ClickFunnels and I can run traffic, but it's not converting, then that's when I'm going to hire somebody to make my ClickFunnels better or my website better. But Facebook is all about running traffic. So first we want to make sure we're able to run traffic. And then once we're able to run traffic to our store, then it's about converting that traffic. So this is something that I like to do once I have a good converting page. And then you can also, let's say you're away, you can say something like, thanks for your message. Our hours of operation are 8 a.m. PST to 5 p.m. PST. If you are messaging us during non-business hours, we will get back to you as soon as we open. So that's another thing that you could use, and then save that. And then if you had an appointment, for this case, it doesn't really matter. Those ones, not as much. And then there's a couple other things you can do depending on what type of business you have, but mainly those are the two other things that you can do that help, and it really does. You want that instant response. It is really important, and it gives you much more trust as a real brand that you have instant response time. It's important, and then you can start getting reviews to have your so let me show you this. So you can have, let me just go to a page that has a little bit more traffic on it, or has gotten more traffic. This isn't all my pages here. This is one of my old pages too, but at least I can show you because I know we have some likes on this page. So you can go into here and you can go into all the people that liked it or all the people that shared it, and you can actually invite them to like your page. So click on this, and you can have your, I would definitely have your like customer service agents do this, and because it does reach a limit, so each customer service has like 100 or 1,000 person limit, but you can invite them to like your page, and then this is free likes without running an ad to it, and you might pay somebody $4 an hour to do this, but imagine in an hour they could probably hit 1,000 people or 10,000 people, and that's way better than an ad that you could run. And you just invite all of them, or you just invite just the people with hearts, because they're probably somebody that liked it a little bit more. Like, you can just go into here and just invite the people that liked hearts, or the people that were like that super liked it, that were laughing at it, they reacted to your post. So these people are a little bit more engaged than just the 18,000 people that just hit the like button, because in order to hit this heart button they had to click the drop down and select a heart, and so they're a little bit more engaged with your page versus just somebody that just hits this like button. Because I think, yeah, in order to like, you can't just hit this. You have to go up here and hit something like this. I think you can even do it to shares, because people that share the post are also more engaged on this post. And then once you build up a following of 10,000 people, you can just remarket to just the people that liked your page. And even when you just post on here, if you have a 10,000 people or 100,000 people that like your page, um, so I guess it's only people that liked it, I believe. But once you have about 100,000 people that like your page, you can start remarketing to them. And let's say you just post something, you don't even put an ad to it, but you just write something and post it. I've gotten 10,000 likes on a post, and it wasn't even you see this badge, it wasn't even an ad. It was just, I have enough followers now that I don't even have to run ads to my page. I can just post stuff, and then if the post does well, then I run an ad to it. And so instead of having to spend $15 to test the product, you can just test your product straight to your page, and if they sell based on organic traffic, then you run an ad to it, then you invest in it. But that way you have enough people that you don't even have to invest money into a product in order to see if it works, or invest money into a video to see if it works. You can get free data based on what they say to you. And so you see this very responsive to messages, 1 minute response time, 100% response rate. This is what you want to shoot for. When you have this, Facebook gives you more precedence on your page. This is good to have. I didn't think I had it on this page because I have 26 messages in here waiting to be responded to, because I don't go on this page anymore. But I have all those automatic responses set up, so when people send me a message, it automatically responds to them. Hey, we'll get back with you soon. Plus, I probably have 1,000 people that have messaged me now. So if 3 people don't get a response right away, it doesn't hurt my overall response rate. But in the beginning, it's really important, because if you have 2 people that give you messages and you only respond to one of them, that's only a 50% response rate. That's not very good. Once you get to a few thousand or 10,000 messages, your percentages, even if you don't respond to one person, you're still going to be at a 99% response rate because you have so many people that you have responded to. And then you can get reviews. Like this is only four out of 4 stars. That's not ideal. But there's apps. I don't know about ClickFunnels. I know they have like a couple apps in ClickFunnels. I'm not a ClickFunnels guru. I'm definitely not. Don't know much about ClickFunnels. I have somebody else do that for me. But like in Shopify, let me go to some of the stores I manage in Shopify. There's a like when you send a product out, and I'm sure ClickFunnels has something similar. There's always apps that you can find out there, but you can God, I don't even think I have it on this store anymore. So let me just see if I can find the app, because I know a lot of you guys are doing drop shipping stores. So there's an app called Looks. And I'm sure there's something similar for ClickFunnels, or if you have a website, maybe you'll just have to find like an integration into it. But there's always new apps coming out. If you look hard enough, I'm sure you can find something. I believe this is just a free app. Maybe not. Maybe it's $10 a month. But what this one does, so I'm not going to download this because I don't even use this store. But what this one does is after 2 weeks after, you can set the shipping depending on how long. Like my products take 21 days to get to our customers. So after 21 days of sending the product out, it sends them another email. Hey, did you like your product? Send us a picture with your product and we'll send you a 20% off coupon. And so they'll send you a picture with the product and also a review of your product. And oh wait, so I could probably see, it's probably in my comments somewhere, but how do I click on the reviews? It may not work since I uninstalled the app. But what you can do is you can have them take a picture with your product and give you a rating, and then give them a 20% off coupon just for taking the picture and doing the rating. Now, don't tell them, hey, you only get the 20% if you give us a 5-star. Generally, just tell them to give you whatever rating, and most people are going to give you a 5-star anyways if they got their product and they're taking a picture with it. It's just generally how it works, because they like your company enough to give you a review about it. So that's one way to kind of make your page a little bit better. You want to get that the very responsive. And then this kind of brings us into a segue into SEO optimization. So as far as Shopify goes, if you're running just drop shipping products, you want to make sure that you start doing tags on your products. Now, in the beginning, it's not going to matter for your first couple months that you do, depending on how much traffic. If you hit it out of the ballpark, it may matter your first month or two that you do. Like I have a client that we're going really aggressive with his Shopify products, and he already ranks on Google. If you Google his store, he's going to pop up on Google as the first item, because they've been doing the SEO from the start, and we've been running quite a bit of traffic. It's not really going to matter until you have at least like 5 to 10,000 people on your store, at least traffic, not purchases, just traffic. So you got to remember that you're building assets with this. You may not be getting the results you want up front, but even if you're just breaking even, you're still actually coming out on top, because you're building Facebook pages with people that like and follow your page that you can retarget to later. You're building data for your Facebook pixel that you can retarget to later. You're building a store that you're getting traffic to that's going to start ranking in Google. You're building an email list that you can remarket to on the back end. There's so many, there's assets that you're building. You can't just think like, oh, just because I'm not profitable yet, I'm not making money. If you're really interested in doing this for a real business, you're building assets at this point. So most businesses aren't profitable for their first 5 years. In a Shopify store, drop shipping products, or these internet e-commerce websites, you can typically be profitable in your first few months of Shopify. Sometimes in your first month, you can make your money back if you really go gung-ho with it, and you're working and you're constantly doing stuff. If you're only doing this an hour a day, or an hour a week, you're probably not going to be profitable in your first month. It's probably going to take a couple weeks to get everything going, and then you can slowly start running traffic to your store. But it's all incremental. So it's all about what you put into it. The more action you take, the more results you're going to get. I was profitable in my first 45 days. Is when I went from the red to the green. It was about day 45 or day 40 that I started to be profitable in my store. But the first 30 days, I'm just building assets. I'm building knowledge. I'm building Facebook pages. I'm building traffic to my store, and that's what you're doing. You're building brand awareness at a very small scale. But in order to rank on Google, you have to add tags to your website. So depending on what your product's about, you can add more or less tags. Now, I'm not an SEO guru. I'm not the guy to learn how to do SEO optimization from. But just putting tags in there that have to do about your product can greatly help what the amount of traffic. These are what people are going to search for. So like an anniversary gift, like right now you could do like a Christmas gift. That could be a tag. I don't think that there's like a max amount of tags. Like you could say like keychain, because maybe somebody's gonna spell it wrong. I think keychain's 2 words, but somebody might spell it with 1 word. You could say gift, boyfriend, all these different things. You can even go into here to the apps. Won't matter if we save it. And there's an app that I used to use. I know this isn't a Shopify. I'm just going to touch on this real quick because I know I had promised I was. So SEO, plugin SEO. I think it's this one. It's like this one's free. Yeah, for 20 bucks a month, you can get have somebody do it for you. But this will help you get more SEO, and there's all these different things that you can do in order to make sure that you're optimized later on once you start. Because once you start selling $10,000 a month, you don't want to have to be doing this small stuff. You don't want to have to be like, oh crap, now I have to make my store better. It's all incremental building. So do it all incrementally. First, get your ads out. That's until you launch ads. Just make sure your buy button works. That's the most important part. Make sure you have a buy button that works, and then launch ads. If you do that, at least you can get some traffic. You can get some data and figure out what you need to do from that point. And you look at the different steps in the sales process, and you figure out, okay, I'm getting traffic, but people aren't putting their email addresses in. So how do I make my page better? Okay, people are putting their email addresses in, but they're not buying after the webinar, or they're not opening my emails. And once you start getting email subscribers, you want to make sure that you have 5 to 7 emails that automatically go out to your customers to make sure that they are remembering your brand. Because if you don't do any email marketing, and then 6 months down the road you start sending emails to your clients, they're going to be like, who's this guy? I totally forgot I bought a product with you 6 months ago. They're just going to forget. I forgot the stuff I did 6 months ago. Like I don't remember all the things that I bought in 6 months ago. Like sometimes I look at my credit card statement, I'm like, what is that? Did somebody steal my card? No, I probably bought it, but I just don't remember it. It happens all the time. We make little purchases for $5 to $10 here and there all the time that we forget about. So make sure you're doing SEO. That's how to do it on your Shopify store. You just go into your product and add tags in there. Now, if you're on a ClickFunnels page, the way to do it, and I'm just touching on this to get really good at SEO, you're going to need to do some research. But you can go in here and you can add keywords in here right to your ClickFunnels page, so you can, because the more traffic that you get, you're going to start ranking on Google, and they're going to see that you're a legitimate website and a legitimate business. And then, but you have to run traffic to your page in order for them to see that you're a legitimate business. And so that's a little bit about SEO. and then Facebook pages. Oh, so yeah, this brings us into the third thing that I wanted to talk about, which is buying emails. So this is an opt-in page that we did for a client because we didn't have a merchant account to be able to sell our item yet because it's a CBD product. So if you don't know about it, it doesn't get you high, but it's the medicinal properties in marijuana. Well, they weren't able to get a merchant account because even though it's legal, a lot of banks don't want to. It's still federally technically illegal in the United States. So a lot of banks are very careful with that, and you have to find the right bank. So while he was looking for a bank in order to get him a merchant account so that we could set one up with ClickFunnels, because you have to have your buy button work. If you don't have a buy button to work, you can't make sales. That's the most, if your buy button doesn't work, that's the most important thing when it comes to any website at all, is to make sure your buy button works. So you can, and I've seen people mess that up before. And so that's the cardinal rule. Make sure your buy button works. Otherwise, you're not going to make any money at all. It sounds like it's simple, but I've seen a lot of people overlook that before. Make sure your buy button works. If there's anything that I can tell you, make sure your buy button works. So, so you want to buy emails, because what we can do is we can get people to subscribe to this email list for a 20% off coupon, or 20% off coupons. And then we can email them every single day or 3 times a week and remind them, hey, this is what's going on in the industry right now, or hey, check out this funny video, or check out this person that had this product that saved their life, or here's another coupon. Hey, we have a new product out. Hey, did you want to check out this new thing that we have out? Hey, look at the celebrity endorsement we have, or whatever it is. You want to update them about your business so that they don't forget about you. There's so much stuff going on. The high-end top marketers email every single day, and sometimes twice a day, to their email list. Every single day they're sending emails out to their email list. And so you want to do that as a business and send out emails to your clients every single day. And you want them to be good emails, and you want to upsell all sorts of things. So so this is a technique, like I said, my favorite bonus that I was going to show you. This is my favorite thing that I do for clients right now, is get them emails for 25 cents an email. Now, even if you're paying $1 in email, you're going to get an ROI on your money over the next 12 months. Now, it may not happen instantly, but you're opening up a business. You have to invest in a business when you're opening up. In order to invest, like if you're very limited on cash, only run ads to things that are going to get you a direct ROI, such as a product, or sending them to a buy button or an affiliate link. Make sure you're going to get an ROI directly. That's how I did it. When I wanted to learn internet marketing, I wanted to learn Facebook ads, I wanted to learn how to make money online, I sent them to a keychain, and they bought the keychain, and I got money back. So then that money back in my pocket paid for the cost of the product, and it paid for the ad itself. And so if you're on a limited budget, that's what you want to do, in order to make sure that you're getting money back every single day in order to fund your business. Now, if you're launching $1,000 product, or if you're launching a local brick and mortar business, you may have a little bit of more money to play around with. So maybe you just want to build an email list that you can build a lookalike audience based on later, based on this email list. And you can start building an email list, start building an audience. And because I have some clients that they have such a big market. If you're getting clients to pay you per month to do marketing for them, some of my clients have $10,000 a month to spend on Facebook every single month, and they're gonna spend it regardless. It's like Apple. Like Apple has so much money, they have millions of dollars they spend on marketing every month. $10,000, they don't give a crap. They don't care at all about $10,000. It's so minute to them that they don't. they don't care as long as people are just hearing about their brand and they're getting brand awareness out. They're not even worried about that direct ROI. They're thinking about how is our business going to look in 5 years. They're a little bit bigger of a business, obviously. I don't think your business is as big as Apple yet. I wish we were that big, but it all depends on what stage you're at. So I would not do this strategy until you have ROI coming in, unless you have money that you're willing to spend on this, because you're going to get a huge ROI on this if done correctly. But in order to do this strategy correctly, you need a good back end. You have to have emails going out to your customers every single day, or at least 5 times a week, and you have to have multiple products. If you have a product line now where you might have 10 to 20 different products that you sell, depending on the segment of your market, depending if you're selling to like females or males, or you're selling to senior citizens, or you're selling to ages 25 to 35, depending on what market you're selling to, is going to be dependent on how you market to them. And you can even break down your email list based on segments. Under Armour famously talks about they have over 1,000 different market segments depending on who their client is. They may be advertising to a bodybuilder. They may be advertising to a yoga instructor. Well, to advertise to a bodybuilder versus a yoga instructor on Under Armour, they're probably going to have different ads. The guy that's pumping iron, doing sets of 3, just grunting in the gym, is different than the person that's doing downward dog and yoga. They both work out, they both do Under Armour, but they're completely different people that need to be marketed to completely differently. And so you have to take that into account when you're doing your ads. And so sometimes, like when I was doing those headphones ads, let's just go to that page right now. Think about how you can, I'll get back to the emails, don't worry. I go on tangents a lot, but this is really important because this is how you can really get crazy and lucrative with your marketing. You have to be clever marketers. You can't just be like everyone else and just throw a product up. You have to think about how are you speaking to your customer? How is your customer going to use this product? I think it's this one right here. How do I get to members access? Yeah, okay, so check this out. And I think I even put it in the Google Drive folder. So if you haven't watched this video, watch this video right here. It's really powerful for if you understand the underlying concept of what I talk about. It's not necessarily like those headphones may or may not sell. I'm not sure if those ads, if you've tried those ads out or not. And feel free to just copy exactly what I do. But the underlying concept of that video is really powerful, and that's what I want to hope that you understand. But so this is the headphone. So this was a product that I wanted to launch. Well, it's hard to market just headphones because who doesn't need headphones? Honestly, everyone's going to use headphones. Almost everyone. It's a very wide audience. But what I can do is I can take these headphones, put them with the guy in the gym, and market it to bodybuilders. Then I can take these headphones, put it with people that mountain bike, and then market to them. And this is how you segment your audiences based off image creation or based off your ad. You get more niche with your audience. You're going to talk to your audience. They're going to resonate to that more. They're going to feel like that ad was made specifically for them. I even targeted people that like Superman and that go to the gym. That's how powerful this ad, because if somebody that loves Superman looks at that guy is like, wow, like I might be that guy's friend. I might be able to go grab a beer with that guy or grab a lift with that guy. I could probably spot that guy in the gym. I'd get along with him because hey, he likes Superman. He's getting jacked in the gym. He's really strong. He looks like he's having fun. And then this person's a champion. Maybe you target people that mountain bike with this ad. And then hey, listen when you're biking in the desert, be all by yourself or something. Like, this is how you become a champion with these headphones. Something like that. And that's how. So this is a really powerful. If you haven't watched this video, I know I have a lot of videos in the live free training, and some are just there a lot of them are very similar. So I understand if you're not going to watch all of them. If anything, spend your time watching the Facebook ad hacks videos. But definitely watch this. The underlying concept on this ad right here is really powerful on how to segment your audiences. So this is what you do with something like this. You get your you get a pixel set up on this ad, and there's even a pixel helper. So when you go into business settings and you get your pixel set up, because you got to put a pixel on that. That's what we did, is we started warming up the pixel with this, and we just did a lead pixel on this. So what we did is we went into Hemp Direct. That's the pixel. Now, when you set up your pixel, you can do manually install the code yourself, and then you select lead generation, generate lead. And then you put this on the page, and you're still warming up your pixel. Your pixel's getting data, and then you can take all those email addresses that you got or all those lead generations that you got, and you can optimize for it later because you already have emails and your pixel's already gotten traffic, which Facebook can use that data, those people that have already subscribed, and try to find more people similar to those types of people. Now, there's a way in here, this right here, install Pixel Helper. This is really cool, guys. It's an app, and I don't think I've even installed it on this computer since I got this new computer. It's called Facebook Pixel Helper. Add this extension. You'll see every single page you go to will have, you can see if it has a pixel or not. So hopefully this one has a pixel installed. So yeah, see, this has a page view pixel, and it has a view content pixel, and then microdata. I'm not really sure what microdata is. It might be from actual ClickFunnels or something. But this page has pixel set up, so you can verify if your pixel's working good. Like if we go on my Shopify store, hopefully my Shopify store has a pixel set up, if it's still even active. So this has 2 pixels set up, page view. Now if we go into Shop Now and we click on this product, now it's going to have a view content pixel. Then if we add to cart, now it has an add to cart pixel. Now if we check out, hopefully it has an initiate checkout pixel. Initiate checkout, see? And then this is just a side thing for those of you. This is the logo that I would use for my checkout. I would use light blue, and then I'd use a green for continue to shipping method. But it's not going to probably let me do anything like that. So anyways, you can check out, you have your initiate checkout right here. And then all this different value right there shows my value of how much money I have in my cart right there. Because if I had, let's say, 5 products in my cart, and I'd be a more valuable customer to Facebook because I put more money in my cart. Right now, I'm only worth $15.97 as far as just data goes. And then you can do that on your ClickFunnels. And then let's watch this. If we go to like something like like Under Armour.com, watch how many pixels. They probably have like 8 pixels set up. Something crazy. When you go to these big websites, you'll start realizing how many pixels they have set up. Maybe they only have 2. Who knows? They have 4 pixels set up on this. Shop Boys. We'll just click on a product real quick. So see, they even have pixels set up. They have page view, view content, microdata. they have the same pixels that we had on our Shopify store. So let me answer some questions. Let me see if there's any questions in here. I know this is an odd time to run a webinar, so there's not very many people on right now, but feel free to watch the I hopefully you're watching the replay. So Parody, sorry, I missed the point of how email lists can let you overcome the merchant account problems when selling that drug. Okay, Parody, yeah, sorry, I kind of got sidetracked. So we're getting our merchant account actually just set up today with our they're finally approving our website. There was a lot of little things, but anyway, so we're not able to sell any of this product right now. We have inventory of this product. We have like 20,000 things on the shelf, but we're not able to sell this product right now. So we have like $50,000 worth of inventory that we can't sell online because a merchant account won't give us a bank account right now. And so in order to build an email list and to warm up our pixel and to get Facebook used to our buyers, we set up this page right here. So we set up this page really quick. It's just an opt-in page. And we send people to this page with a video. So we create a video that has to do with this market, and then we put a link. We haven't got, this is an old domain. We cloned this webinar, but we would take this link and we would put it in our ad on Facebook. Then people, when they clicked on that ad, we would put like learn more on the video, just like okay. So let me show you. So we would do a video. Let me try to stay on topic. Now I can get sidetracked because I could talk about this stuff forever. So instead of saying shop now because you don't have a product, we would do a video like this. This is a video that I'm running right now. So you see how it says learn more? You can put that button right here on the webinar. And then you go into and then you send them to a page like this, an opt-in page. It takes maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes to build this. It's pretty easy in ClickFunnels. And then you send them to this. They put in their email right here, and then you click join the club. They get coupons to the products that we have on our shelves, and then we can send them emails and then we keep sending them emails because we don't want to wait 3 weeks and not have them hear from us. But we send them emails, and then once we have that product and we're able to sell that product, we already have an email list of 10,000 people that we can be like, hey, we have a brand new product out. Our merchant account just got set up. Hey, click buy now to get 20% off, and you're part of our VIP special club in order to get 20% off of this product. It's kind of like this course that I'm doing right now. I could have waited until I had all these videos done and all recorded, edited, everything done, and then sell it for $5,000 or $2,000. But instead, Jim told me, hey, launch a webinar right now with live training. Only charge $497 for the product. And then once you get done, you already have people that have used your product that can potentially be testimonials for your $2,000, $5,000 course that you sell later. Why wait? At least get something now. Get some email addresses. Get some people at the low end of the training, and then once they've gone through the training, they can be testimonials for your $2,000, $5,000 product later. So what we can do is, like, let me show you this right here. So this is an ad that we're running right now. We have a product going with Bitcoin on how to get 2% per day. You might see Jim's emails going out all the time for his webinar. And so we'll just jump into that because if you want to do it, you totally can. Let me go to, how am I going to get there? I'm a very focused guy, so when I talk all the time, sometimes I just got to shut up for a second and remember how to get to somewhere. but I want to make sure I talk so you guys know what I'm doing, and I'm not just doing a bunch of you not just watching me click buttons. Because so Parody here. Hang on, just 1 second now. I'm almost done with the point. I know I'm getting a little bit convoluted on it, and it might be getting long. So I just launched some new ads for this, and you can see like my videos right now paying 1 cent per video view. It's not very ideal. I think that that's extremely expensive, and when I saw that, I almost cut all these ads. But you're gonna see why I let them run. So these are going out to people in the United States and people that are in the Big Six. So I have one worldwide ad that I just launched, but I launched these like you can see. I only launched them like 6 days ago. They're at like $6 a day. Look at this. So look at this, guys. I just launched this. Or I just launched it early, like an hour or two ago. It's only spent 93 cents, but I'm getting 8 cent link clicks. I'm getting 63 cents is a little expensive. I'm getting 3 cent link clicks, 8 cent link clicks, 7 cent link clicks. So what I'm doing is I'm sending these people, you go to edit, you have the button right here, the call to action button. I put in the link right here. Instead of having a link up here, I put in a link right here into the product. So they watch this video, they click learn more, and then it takes them to this, which is a email. Like you can go here right now if you want and register for this webinar. Go to 2%perday.com/webinar. I'm not trying to give you a plug. I'm just showing you this is a real ad I'm launching right now for our business. So we have this ad right here going to this. Now, when they get to this website, they're going to get to, I'm split testing two different webinars, right? Two different webinar opt-ins. And then they put in their name, last name, and email, and they claim their spot for the webinar that Jim runs on this product. And then it has a pop-up option when they try to leave. Get rid of some of these. So look at this, guys. I'm getting 8 cent link clicks. I've ran 925 people to this website already, and I've only spent $70. It's a little expensive for how many views. Like I'm not getting the views that I want. Ideally, all the videos would be at this price. This is a good price to be at, but this is a worldwide ad, so I don't want to get the other ones down lower. But who cares about, like, it's all relative, right? So like I know I talk about all the stats, and I was talking to one of my students earlier on a coaching call, and she was saying how oh I'm not at the like eight relevancy score is okay, but 7 relevancy score isn't good and 6 isn't. Well, this has 6 relevancy score, but if I'm getting um 3 cent link clicks, I could care less what the relevancy score is. You can give me a 1 relevancy score. I don't care. If I'm getting 3 cent link clicks, I'm happy. Like I'm very happy if I'm getting 3 cent link clicks. I could care less. You could give me a relevancy, even if my video views, if it costs me 3 cents for each video view, but every single person that watched my video clicked the link. That's the goal, guys. The goal is traffic. So the goal, the number one goal when you launch a Facebook ad is traffic. You are running traffic. Once you run the traffic to your opt-in page, to your product, whatever it is, then you need to figure out how to convert that traffic either by a more targeted audience or by making your website better. But if you're getting cheap traffic, I don't care what anything else has. Now, purchases trumps everything else. If you're profitable, if you're making money on your ad and you have a 1 relevancy score and your link clicks are $10, but you're selling a $100 product, who cares? Profitability is the number one thing to look for. The other data points that I'm telling you about are just things to look for when you're looking. If you had a brick and mortar store, and if you have a Louis Vuitton store, when I walk past the Louis Vuitton stores and the Gucci stores, I almost never see anyone in there. But I guarantee they're making money, because if one person comes in there, they're dropping 10K. They're dropping $10,000 on Gucci. Well, they don't need to be Walmart and have a ton of people in there, because their profit margins are so big on their product that they only need to make a few sales per day, if that makes sense. So back to Parody's question. So how is this gonna be good? Well, if we can get email addresses, just like the lookalike audiences, we can make a lookalike audience based off the email addresses. B, we can target them on the back end with emails. And emails, if you market to them right, if you send them 5 emails a week with new products, new offers, new things going on with your business, you're gonna make, if you have a 10,000 person email list, you should be making $10,000 a month off that email list. If you have, and then you're also building your pixel. So I hope that kind of answered the question. I need to get a drink of water. Talking a lot. Okay, so Parody, did that answer your question, or at least Yeah, Parody. Yeah, the email list isn't going to help the banks. The banks don't care how big our email list is. Parody, yeah, so you can email the list while you wait to get the merchant account, but the list itself doesn't help to get the merchant account, right? Yes, you are right. Yeah, the email list is just because he had money that he wanted to spend. He didn't want to wait. He didn't care. He was a little bit bigger of a client, so he has $50,000 worth of product just sitting on shelves. And so he needed to get rid of that product. He's okay with spending $500 and trying to get 1,000 emails for $500 or 2,500 emails for $500. And if you're sending, the idea is every 5 people that hit this website are going to subscribe. So that's a 20% email rate. So let me jump into a calculator. So I know I advertise 25 cents per opt-in. You could see on my ad I'm doing right now, I'm getting 3 cents per email. Well, not every single person that goes to the website is gonna subscribe. So if I'm spending, we'll do 8 cents because that's the average of all the people. So if I'm spending 8 cents per link click, and it takes 1 out of 5 people to get a link click, so times 5 people, because it's going to take 5 people that get the link click to actually opt in. So it's going to cost me 40 cents an email. So it's going to cost me 40 cents an email, ideally, to an email. Now, if I can make $1 off that person every single month, and really it's not $1 off that person, because if one person buys it's more going to be like 1 out of 100 people are going to spend $100, or 1 out of 50 people are going to spend $50, and then maybe one person buys a product this month, and then in 2 months down the road another person buys a product. But like Jim has an email list. He emailed his email list for my Facebook group, for my Facebook promo, for my Facebook sales video webinar about this program. He emailed his list. Well, not every single purchase off the list, but it's a $497 course or a $1997 coaching course. So let's just take the $497 course that we're talking about now. If 1 out of 500 people purchase the course, he's essentially monetized his email list for $500 for if let's say he has a 10,000 person email list. Well, if we can sell 20 of these Facebook groups per month, then we're optimizing the email list essentially. We're optimizing it correctly, I should say. So if you're doing a drop shipping product, and let's say you have 1,000 emails on your drop shipping product, on your Shopify store, you have 1,000 emails. Well, ideally, 50 of those people per month, you want to take. If you have 1,000 people on your email list, and let's say you can get 50 of them to purchase this month. What is going on? 1,000 people on your email list. You can get 50 people to purchase per month. That means you need to make $20 per person. If you send out an email and the email just says I'm not I'm not a copywriter. Trust me. This is not. One of my clients asked me, "Hey, what should I write for my email?" I told her, "I don't write my email. I don't know. I'm good at Facebook ads. I'm good at generating traffic. I'm good at getting 3-cent link clicks. That 8-cent link clicks. That's what I do. I like to be good at one thing and leave other people to do other things. When I first started, you have to be a jack of all trades. But once you figure out what you're good at, you have to learn about SEO. You have to learn about Shopify store. You have to learn about Facebook ads. You got to learn about all this different stuff. Once you get good at one thing, pay other people to do everything and just do what you're good at. Maybe you're just learning how to do Facebook ads to launch your company, and maybe you're going to be the ultimate email marketer. You can make a ton of money email marketing. I know people that all they do is email marketing and make $10,000 a month. That's not how I make my money. I'm good at Facebook ads, generating traffic for clients. That's what I'm here to teach you today. So scrutinize my email. Feel free. But hey, just say, "Hey, John Smith, we have a great new product that I would think you would love. Here is a picture and a link of our product. Thank you for buying our first product. Here is a 20% off coupon for your order. Enter VIP customer at checkout." There you go. That's what you do. And then let's say your product is $25 for a necklace. Well, that means that you're gonna get $20. You're gonna make $20 on that customer. Well, if you have 1,000-person email list, you send this email out. Send email to all 1,000. Let's say 100 people open. I don't know there's stats on email lists. I don't remember the industry average, but let's say 100 people open it, and let's say let's say 250 people open it. I'm trying to get even numbers so I don't have to go back to the calculator. 250 people open email. Let's say 100 people click the link, and let's say 50 people buy at $20. Now, hopefully you have some upsells in there, and some of the people buy $100 worth of items because they've already bought one item. They're much more likely to buy $20 worth of items. But let's just say 50 people buy. We're just going to keep it simple. 50 people buy at $20 a piece. Well, then that's $1,000 from that email that you just sent. You just made $1,000 on that email from those customers. Now, let's say you could send out another email next week of a new product, and maybe you only make $250 $250 from the next email. Well, each email that you send out, you might make $100 from each email. Well, if you send out 30 emails a month and you make $100 a piece, that's $3,000 that you just made just from sending out emails. Now your emails, it's not free to send out emails. Usually they're going to charge you like 0.0001 cents per email. But if you pay $100 for email service and $100 for your ClickFunnels account, it's just all cost into a business. If you had employees, you have costs with employees. If you have inventory, you have costs with. It's a business, guys. So you got to be okay with spending a little bit of money here or there, as long as you're getting an ROI. Like all my Shopify students, I tell you, make money first with your store before you add apps. Just spend the $29 on Shopify, spend the money on Facebook, and then generate revenue before you start spending apps. So I want to get into some other stuff today, but I know I went pretty hard on that email stuff. And so Parody, I would do a video for sure. Parody asked, what ad image would you show to try to get an email list? images aren't going to be as receptive. I've always done videos for an email list, because then when I when I want to now that I have the merchant account, or I'm getting the merchant account today, I can start putting ads for his actual product. Well, now I can take people that have watched. This isn't the same ad that I run to Hemp Direct, but now I can run a custom audience based off people that have watched 75% more of these videos. So now that I have 100,000 or 10,000 people that have watched this video, or 20,000 people, now anyone that's watched over 75%, now I can retarget to them. So I'm building an asset. I'm literally building an audience while I'm waiting to build an audience. Yeah, I've spent $70 or whatever. I've spent some money, but I built emails, I built webinar registrations, I built assets on Facebook, I built traffic on my opt-in. I haven't gotten a direct ROI off this, but our Bitcoin program is 297. So if I still have time, if I just sell one Bitcoin program for 297, I'm still profitable. Plus, I built all this other assets. So I hope that I really hope that the concept of what I'm talking about makes sense. But I'm gonna jump off now. I need to go get some lunch, and I hope you guys got some value out of today. If you have any questions at all about what I talked about, please put it in the Facebook groups. I want you guys to understand this. I really I value you learning, and I don't want this to be a Facebook course where you're not gonna get success out of it, because I have 3 more webinars scheduled, but the Facebook group is lifelong. So please put any questions in there, even if it's like a long like paragraph or something. Like, this stuff can get really complicated, and I know I go really in depth with it, because it's so advanced. The things that you can do with it are so advanced. Like, I don't know how everyone is on how much they know about Facebook. So like essentially, like what I'm talking about now, I hope that you may have spent maybe like a few $100s on Facebook already, or $1,000 on Facebook, in order to learn this, because you have to make mistakes. No one on Facebook has been successful 100 times. 100% of the time, I guarantee it. But I want you to, you're not going to understand probably what I'm talking about today if you've never launched an ad before, unless you're just a genius. And so I want this to be valuable. So if I need to go back to the basics and get back to the beginning and show you more on the basics, I'll do that. I want you guys to be successful. That is my main goal here. But I also want to make sure that I deliver on everything that I talked about. So if this goes past my schedule, I only have like a few more webinars scheduled. If I have to do some more in January in order to make this a full course, I'll do that. Like I said, I'm gonna automate this course eventually to where I don't have to do live recordings. I just run Facebook ads to this course, spend $100 for somebody to buy my course. If I have, let's say I spend $100, and I'm giving you guys this fully transparent, like telling you exactly how I'm making money from this course. Let's say I spend $100 on some videos of myself talking about Facebook ads. Let's say I get 30,000 people or more to view my video. Well, if one person buys my course for, even if I spent $100, if one person buys my course for $500, or one person buys my course for $2,000, I'm profitable at that point. Think of the ROI on that, guys. That's it's insane. And so I learned with Shopify. I want to show you what you can possibly do with Facebook ads, because I have a client right now. She sells $1,000 course. She got 3 purchases from spending $200 on Facebook. 3 purchases from $200. Now, if you're really good at something, that's where the real money's at, guys. Like, use Shopify, use drop shipping to learn, but you have to have a good back end. You have to have you have to have like a higher goal, or you really have to have like a brand. You have to be willing to invest in your brand, because like she has $1,000 product. She spent $200 on Facebook and got like a few hundred link clicks, made 3 purchases, made $3,000 from $200, Before this course, she was spending $900 a week in order to get one purchase. Now she pays $200. And I told her, I was like, this isn't even good yet. Like what we're doing, she's one of the students that paid the 2,000. I told her, I was like, this isn't even good yet. Like this is the first launch we did. We launched 120 ads or something. And I told her, I was like, this is going to get way better. Like I wasn't even expecting success on this launch. I was expecting to get just kind of get our feet wet. But yeah, so I'm gonna get off. I know I'm getting on tangents. I'm really hyper because I'm hungry, so I don't even know if I'm making sense right now. But I hope you guys get what I'm talking about. Again, post any questions to the Facebook group. I look forward to our group on Friday. I'll have this video uploaded soon, and I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of your day.